Mark Zuckerberg is a complicated figure. People have mixed opinions about him. He is the founder of Facebook, but some say he stole the idea from his college friends. People think Facebook is bad because it sells user data and allows access to it without permission. He's been accused of lying to Congress. Now let's talk about 10 of his most controversial events. The Cambridge Analytica scandal of 2018 was a big surprise. The political consulting company had taken the private information of millions of Facebook users without asking. This information was then used to influence the thoughts and actions of voters during the 2016 U.S. presidential election. Cambridge Analytica used tailored messages to target certain voters. They figured out which voters could be swayed by certain topics and then sent them ads and messages to influence their voting. This had a big impact on the election results. The scandal showed that social media platforms don't protect people's privacy. Facebook was blamed for not taking enough steps to keep its users' data safe. People were angry, and some demanded that companies must be more transparent when collecting and using people's information. The Cambridge Analytica scandal has had a big effect on how we think about data safety and privacy. It has also made us ask questions about how social media can affect elections, and if we need more control over companies that get and use personal information. Facebook has been heavily criticized for how it handles user data. In 2018, the Federal Trade Commission fined the company $5 billion for not protecting user privacy. It was also sued in 2019 for sharing user data with Cambridge Analytica without permission. These issues have made many people worry about their privacy when using Facebook. People have said the company is not doing enough to protect user data and is not being honest about how it uses the data. This has led to requests for stricter rules about how companies handle user data. Overall, Facebook has been criticized a lot for how it deals with user data. People have said it is not doing enough to protect user privacy and is sharing user data with third-party companies without permission. This has caused many people to be concerned about their privacy when using the platform. Facebook has been heavily criticized for allowing false information to spread. During the 2016 U.S. presidential election, there were many fake news stories shared on the site. One example was that Pope Francis endorsed Donald Trump, and another said the FBI found proof of Hillary Clinton being involved in a child sex trafficking ring. Facebook has taken steps to stop the spread of false information. They have fact-checking programs, removed accounts that spread false info, and created tools to help users spot fake news. They have also partnered with third-party organizations to identify and remove false information. These measures have not been successful for some users. Despite this, Facebook is still working to reduce the spread of false information. Facebook has been accused of having too much power in the tech industry. People think the government should control the company's dominance in the social media market. Facebook owns 4 of the top 5 social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger. This gives them a lot of control over the industry. The Federal Trade Commission, FTC, said in 2018 that Facebook was buying out competitors to keep its monopoly. These reasons are why some people think the government should regulate Facebook's power. Without regulation, the company could keep abusing its power and stay in charge of the tech industry. There have been lots of claims that Facebook has a political bias and stops conservative voices from being heard. In 2020, President Donald Trump said Facebook was censoring him after they took down a post of his with wrong info about the coronavirus. And other conservative politicians, like Senator Ted Cruz, want the company to be more regulated. This has caused some big cases where Facebook has been accused of censoring conservative voices. For example, in 2019, Facebook got rid of a post from the conservative group Prageru saying it broke their rules against hate speech. In 2020, Facebook took down a post from the conservative news outlet, The Daily Caller, because it had false info about the coronavirus. These cases show how Facebook has been accused of censoring conservative voices. This has caused conservative politicians to ask for the company to be more regulated. Facebook's backing of net neutrality in India was heavily criticized in 2014. People said that the company's position was driven by a wish to expand its user base in the country, not a real commitment to the principle. For example, Facebook launched its Free Basics program in India, which allowed people to access certain websites and services without paying for data. This was seen as a way for the company to get more users in the country. At the same time, Facebook opposed net neutrality regulations in the United States. This further showed the company's supposed hidden motives in India. Facebook's actions were seen as two-faced by many, as the company was promoting net neutrality in one country while opposing it in another. This caused a lot of disagreement and showed the need for companies to be consistent in their support for net neutrality. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, took action against Facebook in 2019. They said Facebook's advertising system let landlords and home sellers discriminate against certain groups. This included not allowing families with children or people with disabilities to see ads. In India, this kind of discrimination is against the law. HUD argued that Facebook's platform let landlords and home sellers pick who could see ads and deny them housing. HUD won, and Facebook had to change their policies. Now they must make sure their platform doesn't let landlords and home sellers discriminate. This is a win for those who have been denied housing because of discrimination. Facebook's Libra cryptocurrency project has been met with a lot of opposition from regulators and government officials. They are concerned that it could be used to do money laundering and other financial crimes. Criminals could use it to hide their illegal activities and move money without being noticed. Another worry is that Libra could be used to finance terrorist activities. Terrorists could use it to transfer money to back their operations without being tracked. It could also be used to buy weapons or other materials that could be used to do attacks. Finally, there are fears that Libra could be used to control markets or affect the global economy. This could cause instability and have a bad effect on people's lives. For example, it could be used to change stock prices or currency exchange rates, which could lead to economic losses for people and businesses. In general, the possible risks connected with Libra have caused a lot of worry among regulators and government officials. They are concerned that it could be used for illegal activities and have a bad effect on the global economy. Facebook has been heavily criticized for its content moderation policies. People say it does not do enough to take out hateful speech and other offensive material from its website. People have accused Facebook of allowing posts with racist and sexist language, as well as posts that promote violence. Others have said the company censors certain voices while promoting others. For example, Facebook has been accused of censoring posts that have different political views than the company's. Some people also say Facebook gives more attention to certain voices, such as celebrities and influencers. Overall, Facebook's content moderation policies have been very controversial. Many people think the company should do more to protect its users from bad content. Mark Zuckerberg has been blamed for using Facebook to change political results and having too much power over the flow of information. In 2016, Facebook was used to spread false news and ads to influence the election in the US. It has also been said that Facebook interfered in elections in other countries, such as India and Brazil. Critics have said that Zuckerberg has too much control over data. This control can be used to control a public opinion. People have accused Facebook of controlling certain news stories and stopping certain political views. This has caused fears that Zuckerberg is using Facebook to influence political outcomes. People are concerned about Facebook's power to influence politics. It is thought that Facebook can be used to spread false information and manipulate public opinion. This has led to calls for stricter rules on Facebook and other social media platforms to make sure they're not used to interfere in elections or control public opinion. Tell us your opinion about Mark Zuckerberg and the impact he has.